I don't groom children, I just show dozens of kids every week how to buy bathtub estrogen with cryptocurrency and how to hide it from their parents. What are you talking about?
Kiwi Farms was right. Kiwi Farms was right. Kiwi Farms was right. Kiwi Farms was right. I think some people are kind of seeing where I'm coming from with this. I'm thinking, is it just because I'm a parent? No, no, it's not just that. This is weird. It's weird to call someone boys like that's ChudLogic. No, it's the opposite. They pretend their state is a man clit. What is that? This is like fresh off, not on Kiwi Farms. Like, there's no one I think really knew about this. I mean, I've not heard about this before.
A user named Sorrel called it an outright den of grooming.
That is fucking grotesque, dude. These people are insane. Insane liars. Lying can...
Campaign to drop Kiwi Farms. An important thing to recognize is that this is a public discussion forum. You can see what people are saying, and that also means it's difficult to prove something was their fault if they didn't brag about it on the site. To be clear, they're not innocent whatsoever. They're not entirely innocent. They collect and organize personal information, and I would never argue that they don't harass people. We can prove Kiwi Farms users doxed her old house and one of the hotel rooms. However, they weren't the main culprit. There is a completely different site that actually took credit for the harassment that veered into actual criminality. For the sake of not promoting it, we're going to be referring to this website as Website Zero.
It's Docspin. I just don't understand why there's this like, you mustn't say the name of the website. It's not a big a deal. I mean, yeah, obviously it's just a site where people get doxed and it's pretty crazy over there. You know, it's pretty mental. But yeah, I just, look, it's shit. I don't know, I'm not a fan.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
You and I need to talk about how we almost blew the Leakers cover in November after the reaction.
Well, Nicholas, I'm glad you're willing to take some responsibility for that, because I tell you what, you fucked up by telling me. No, I'm a lockbox. I'm a lockbox, okay? It was a moment of exuberance, but yes, let's do it, sure. Sounds good. It is out now, right? That it was Cherry.
Like others have before who've covered this topic. If you've read the thread closely, you'll discover Kiwi Farms users don't find out about the swatting until after her GoFundMe. On August 21st, Claire's Uber...
Chud and chat, just remember the biggest lie Keffals tells themselves when they look in the mirror every morning. They are a woman.
Okay, thank you for the 333.
Eats account was hacked and she blamed Kiwi Farms. The next day, a post was made on Website Zero taking credit. She showed a receipt for the order as part of the docs. This post also included phone numbers, accounts, addresses, emails, and password docs. This
McSweeney hot pepperoni cheddar, milk to go, Dairyland milk jug, Dole fruit peaches bowl. That's groceries, that is. What was McSweeney hot pepperoni cheddar?
Post also included phone numbers, accounts, addresses, emails, and passwords belonging to Sorrenti, as well as many of her family members. The doc stayed pinned from the date it was created until September the 4th. It was being worked on publicly since March 28th, and with users actively calling for others to track her down. Despite this, Clara continued to blame Kiwi Farms instead for hacking her account, her Uber account, even directly calling for Cloudflare to halt services in response to the hack. From here, she makes a decision to move to Northern Ireland to flee online harassment. And it's important to know that Kiwi Farms was down from August 26th to August 29th.
Yes, exactly, that is true. So Docspin, I think, operates even outside of like US law, and they allow stuff which I think would be considered illegal. Whereas Kiwi Farms does have policies against harassment. Yeah, and if you were to post stuff about doing that, you would get banned, I'd presume.
Website Zero identified her location on August 26th, thanks to that doorknob. Keffals blamed the Kiwi Farms, calling them out by name on the 29th. The same day, she claimed a Kiwi Farms user had identified her location and threatened to show up. She claimed to have identified the user and forwarded their information to the police. And this is true. If this is true, there's no reason for her to believe this individual had any association with Kiwi Farms. The user had been very active across 4chan and the rest of the internet on a variety of easily identifiable accounts. And they've also explicitly stated that they had no connection with Kiwi Farms. She already knew that this person was from 4chan, even showing the original threads in one of her tweets. When we spoke about his plan beforehand, he left comments on Website Zero, and Website Zero was never mentioned once in her account. Clara later claimed that this resulted in another swatting, stating the same thing repeated itself, except Northern Irish police did not put a firearm, did not pull a gun on her. Apparently the police were called to investigate a made-up stabbing. She noted they were very friendly.
This followed me. I leave Canada, now I'm in Northern Ireland. The same thing repeated itself.
Yep.
Except Northern Irish police did not pull a firearm on me, so that's cool. I appreciate that.
Oh my god. Ellen from now on. Oh, go read the comments against your GoFundMe. Yeah, we're having a great week. We're having a great time, aren't we, guys? Just like a bumper stream, and Nicholas is kindly offering to bring me more content by talking to me. We're laughing all the way to the fucking content bank.
Oh yeah, no, like, someone called in saying that there was a stabbing in the apartment I'm in, and they just sent 2 police officers and they were knocking at the door. Like, compared to what happened in Canada when I got like an assault rifle pointed at me, that's nothing. Cops are playing with the cat here.
That's interesting that the Canadians are also so militarized, the police there. I didn't realize.
Police were calm during this incident because Keffals was not swatted. It was a wellness check from someone afraid she was in danger. The person who contacted police reached out to Destiny to explain they were worried about a stalker. They specifically refute the idea they called in a stabbing. On the H3H3 podcast, Keffals stated that the swatting had mentioned a stabbing. But
well, the thing is like, if you had Irish police or British police or whatever the case may be, and it was a tactical unit that you'd get doing a swatting, like, they would probably all act the same. Like, obviously there's memes about the UK, but we do have firearms officers, and they are the fucking business. You know, they got all the gear, the guns. Some dude, I think he was on trial or in the process of being on trial for murdering a guy, apparently, because he shot him. He shot him dead. Caused a bit of a drama over here. But yeah, you know, those guys don't fuck around. They, you know, if they turned up, they would, you know, be like, get down on the floor, da, 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 you know, not this softy bullshit, which clearly is evidenced by this, claiming, yeah, look, it was a wellness check, not an actual tactical insertion. Oh, don't worry. Well, the denim stuff we'll get to, I think, probably tomorrow. We're gonna be doing that tomorrow.
But that there were no guns when they visited. This link shows the armed response unit, which is deployed for when someone reports a stabbing in an active situation. There's a picture there that shows a dynamic entry. Someone with Ellen's background wouldn't realize that Northern Ireland does actually have a history of armed violence, and the PSNI response to what that violence is equivalent to the United States of America.
Yes.
The evidence strongly supports that the story Keffals gave on the H3H3 podcast.
Like I said, exactly. Yeah, and fucking Ireland too. I didn't even think of that aspect, right? Ireland has been plagued with violence. It's in their nature, sadly. But they've been plagued with violence for fucking decades and decades, right? The Troubles and all that shit. The police over there do not fuck around like with shit like that, you know? I love all that shit, to be honest. Rainbow Six, fucking, yeah. Oh my god, I should play some Rainbow Six on stream, dude. That'd be based.
Podcast about being swatted here is utter horseshit. And if you recall, law enforcement began actively investigating the people harassing her. As it turns out, they actually caught them. The harassment was largely perpetrated by a now defunct group on Website Zero known as Vile. Vile doxed several people related to #DropKiwiFarms, including Keffals and the owner of the DIY HRT directory. This is easily proven as their signature is present in the pastes themselves. Some of their known techniques include using fake emergency data requests to impersonate government officials. They also use stolen...
Oh my god, that's crazy. Members of Vile Cyber Gang charged with DA portal hack.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Hey, Mad Doctor, thank you for the sub, appreciate it. Wow, they sound pretty vile.
passwords from law enforcement officers to subpoena companies into sharing private information. That info was then used for extortion. This criminal activity is only known because 2 members were arrested and charged in March of 2023. Now, while the group is defunct, as demonstrably law enforcement did their job, the important distinction here, though, is what Vile did was criminal. There is legal recourse for extortion. Amongst the many crimes they committed, Kiwi Farms, on the other hand, is still entirely legal, which is why she has to poison the well against them. Her motivations are especially curious given this DM from August 4th, a day before her swatting, where she flatly stated she didn't want to talk about Kiwi Farms anymore. Later on, Clara admitted she targeted the site not because she was in fear of her life, but because it was opportune timing.
All of us are here talking about like website X. We're all talking about how bad
Dog
it is.
spin. Dog
how
spin.
It's like a secret. How we don't speak the name of it, but everyone knows it and everyone's worried about it. And it's like,
I'm like, what? I just have I put a target on my back? I'm just like, it's dog spin. It doesn't, stop making it into this mystical thing. Don't say it. Too late. I said it. Dog spin. I've just been doxed. Okay, someone just mentioned in chat, Ready or Not. Okay, I've actually got that game, and I think you're right. I think that... Oh my god, that would fit in perfectly. Okay, tomorrow after stream, we'll get some Ready or Not on the go, and I'll show you my elite police tactics and strategies, okay?
it sounds like the
That'd be really
perfect
fun, I
website
reckon.
for a campaign for them to get dropped by their fucking service provider. Like, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't think the momentum is there for that, though. Like, with the Drop Kiwi Farms campaign, it was just really opportune timing. I had all this media attention on me, and journalists were, like, following every fucking thing I said and did.
mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know about the second website until they went after me.
Yeah, but when you describe it as like a worse version of the same website, but whoa, please don't talk about it. That's crazy.
Well, it's like,
It's very revealing that when a site exists embodying the very thing she accuses Kiwi Farms of doing, her reaction is completely different. While it's reasonable to not want others to find it, that doesn't justify blaming Kiwi Farms for the actions of another separate community. It's her refusal to acknowledge the actions of Website Zero as the actions of Website Zero that necessitates its mention. When asked, she fails to address this in a satisfying way.
Question, Keffals, to you. So basically, if there's another website that's doing things as malicious or more malicious than the Kiwi Farms post, I'm wondering, like, why not draw attention to that website in particular if they seem to be more inherently dangerous?
I don't think they're more inherently dangerous. They also don't have as many active users because the people who, on the other side, the people who do it, they're more technically skilled in what they do. But also because they had more extensive documentation of my family, and I didn't want to put that out there. I think that's reasonable, right? Like, I don't want my family to get hurt.
Sure, if you don't want your family to get hurt, that's fine. But the opposite of what you're saying right now was your justification as to why you have to go after Kiwi Farms. Like, this place is doxing you. This person's posting tons of your information.
Why do you
It's
defend
stalking
Kiwi
you to
Farms so
multiple-
much? I think
It makes you wonder if she wasn't willing to go after the site.
Why do you defend Kiwi Farms so much? God, it's so obvious now, dude. Kiwi Farms is based, and I'm glad I can admit that, and you can all admit that too. All right? Finally.
Because she
Anyway.
was actually afraid. Why did she target Kiwi Farms in the first place? Why continuously lie about the site being down to your followers? Why accuse anyone with genuine criticism of you as having used the site? Is there something that she was trying to hide? So 47 minutes in, you probably know that I have to address the big...
Yo, let's
That's wonderful. But how do
go.
I make money off depressed people?
My only complaint is that I hoped the Mutahar was longer.
They give us the $5. Yeah, there's more stuff, isn't there, you can get into. The thing is this is very surgical. I can see why Josh Moon was such a big fan. It is just, I mean, a lot of this stuff, obviously, we know. I'm sure some people have followed this closely. But it's just all laid out. It's all laid out in a very clear, concise, easy to digest way. And a load of fucking normies are going to see this. Ooh, 385,000 views. No. Yeah, you missed the Chud cameo, sadly. You missed the Who's the source? What's the source on this? ChudLogic is a source. Moment, tragically.
Massive elephant in the room, okay? Horton hears a who, boyos. The reason for this is because I don't even think we can begin to have this conversation without showing now definitively that Keffals, as a narrator, cannot be trusted. The conversation surrounding the subject has been intentionally warped and obfuscated, and even questioning it will get you labeled a transphobe, okay? And I'm not a transphobe, I'm bringing this up, okay? This is very, this is a minefield I'm walking in, okay? When we talk about the harassment from Kiwi Farms, it can't be understated that they are transphobic. It's true. There is truth to the idea they'll call just about anyone a groomer just because that they're trans. However, this has allowed Keffals to absolve herself of responsibility of her own actions and protect.
Mutahar's trying to, you know, dart across a very slim line here, okay? According to the Chudford Dictionary, to disavow is to find inherent comic value within its truth. Yes, true. Thank you very much for the $2. Appreciate it. Look, it's complicated. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. It's complicated, right? Trans people crack eggs as compensation for their impotence and castrate, dude. It is an evolutionary response to counteract lack of fertility. But undermining competition for mating. You're insane, Occam's cock comes. Occam's cock comes with another fucking insane schizo message.
Pretend as if there's nothing she has personally done for people to distrust her character. Not only that, but she'll discredit any criticism by associating it with Kiwi Farms, the big bad farms. At the end of the day, if documentation exists, then regardless of that source, it speaks for itself. Keffals will hide behind her identity as a shield, accusing anyone who brings up her genuinely questionable behavior as pedo-jacketing. In reality, this is little more than an excuse to avoid accountability.
Oh, I could have had another cameo here. That's a shame. I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, Keffals did that to me. Literally. Stitched up jacket with ChudLogic written on the back.
And it's finally time to talk about do-it-yourself hormones and Catboy Ranch. In June of 2022, Claire began sponsoring the DIY HRT
now we're
directory.
talking.
For a myriad of reasons, hormone replacement therapy is often inaccessible to many trans people. The directory intends to teach people how to, quote unquote, safely...
I in the past have been like, okay, if you're really desperate and stuff, you know, it's so insane to me, the idea that you circumvent normal medical treatment and you get it from some dodgy fucking website. No. I get it's tough and stuff like that for you if you're trans or whatever and you're older, but you cannot possibly think that having a way to circumvent all that is the right way to go about it. Especially with the Vanna farmer that was making their own shit too. Fuck me. And with kids involved. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the membership. Appreciate it.
Obtain HRT without a prescription. While some are legitimate pharmaceutical-grade medications simply imported from other countries, the site also offers a number of homebrew sources. They are colloquially referred to as bathtub estrogen, in reference to the actual practice of brewing your own HRT. This guide in particular is linked to Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals, which is also listed on the directory. Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals is extremely controversial, for reasons that will become very self-apparent. The packaging is covered in sexualized depictions of young boys cross-dressing. Again,
dude, always put it that, dude. Haram. Keep out of reach of parents. That's probably the best bit, isn't it? Hey, keep out of reach of parents. Crazy. Oh, it's just one thing from one supplier. Why is it even one thing from one supplier? I think was the argument they made. Why was it even that? Why is it anywhere near this stuff? This is insanity. It's just, dude, the defenses of this were crazy. Oh, God.
And I have to blur this out because it is actually a violation of YouTube's TOS. With
Because parents are sometimes abusive. Yeah, but sometimes they're not. If an abusive parent is, I'm not going to let you inject homebrewed estrogen with a fucking lolly Shotacon thing on the box, I'm all for abuse. I'm all for parental abuse if that's what the abuse means. Yes, correct. Yeah, good. What the fuck, dude?
Text on the box that reads, keep out of reach of parents. It's disgusting and clearly falls under the category of Shota or Loli, which Keffals has given her own opinion of in the past.
Oh, yeah.
It's already questioned.
Wait.
Shota or Loli.
If you like Lolly, you like Drawn Child Redacted, which means you like Child Redacted and are redacted. This shouldn't be a controversial opinion. Oh, Vaush? Paging Vaush? Shota. Oh, I'm sorry that I don't fucking know the exact fucking pronunciation of your pedo shit. Your anime pedo shit. I'm terribly sorry. Let me go and do a fucking research course into it, okay?
Loli, which Keffals has given her own opinion of in the past. It's already questionable to endorse what are effectively unregulated drugs. It's even worse to explicitly advocate for their...
Oh, sorry, you're talking about how Muta said it. Oh, okay. Well, what difference does that make? What difference does that make?
Use by minors.
I got you, Nicholas.
Keffals bragged about donating thousands of dollars a year to the site to help people get access to HRT before the age of 18. She said, I do not give a single shit what you think. I am doing nothing wrong, nor will I ever back down. The directory was even added as a link to her website, with an accompanying chat command. By then, she was marketing her community as a safe space for teenagers. As a former trans kid who is now a trans adult, I want to say, to all the young trans people who follow me, I love you, I care about you, and I will fight for you. We will win. There is hope for people like us in this world. They cannot and will not keep us down.
Even if you're a consenting adult, blah, blah, would we ever condone black market painkillers or something? Maybe if you're libertarian drugs, but that's stupid. I don't know, man. Like, if you want to go and take a bunch of coke, I'm not going to be like, oh, no, don't take the coke, you know? Like, it's difficult because I do want to have, like, some consistency on my view, right? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, go and do a mountain of cocaine. But if you are an adult and you want to get a pair of tits, no. Like, I just don't really care enough to be like, an adult should be, like, I wouldn't think an adult, like, it's like, if the government shuts something down that's illegal, you can't really complain about that, right? They were breaking the law, it's shut down, shut the fuck up. Okay? But I'm not going to soy out over someone going and taking illegal drugs of their own accord as an adult. That's not really my fucking concern. Okay? Do you see what I mean? Like, I support the government doing what it needs to prevent it and stop it and to help people out. But yeah. Yeah. Of course. Exactly. That's what I'm saying is like, I'm up for the government chasing it down, but if someone accesses those services, I'm not going to be like, I'd advise against it, but I'm not going to, you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. That's up to them, you know? But yeah. Oh.
I have no opposition to providing safe access to HRT for trans people who need them, right? That's just a thing. If doctors can come in and there's a way to safely do it 100%, get the proper people involved, not me, not Keffals the activist, both of us are clearly not doctors, sure. But it is dangerous to condone questionable individuals with shady histories like Keffals and deceitful messaging to illicitly offer these treatments online, especially to minors. The directory was created by an individual known as...
That's the other thing about this too that's happening now, is it's this kind of distancing, right? There's a distancing that's happening. You know, beyond what happened when Destiny's manifesto about it dropped and there's all the business of people doing shit then, I can't remember exactly. But it's like, people are going, oh, you're going to blame Keffals for all this? And it's like, hang on a minute. Keffals was on Twitter talking about supporting this and transing kids and stuff like that. Yes, absolutely. You are signing off on responsibility then, because you're not just, you know, I mean, sponsoring it is enough to put a lot of responsibility on you, considering the nature of what's happening. But beyond that, if you're talking about it so positively, yes, absolutely. This is a good thing. Do this thing. Oh, they're kind of responsible for this, no? Oh, no, they're not. No. What, you can't put it on their shoulders. Yes, you can. They were promoting it. 100% you can. Like, what is this fucking bullshit these people come out with?
Bob posting, or Chloe. Chloe and Clara have a long history of friendship together. Chloe thanked Keffals for her sponsorship and even got brought on stream to promote the site. She would reply to Clara on Twitter, 1,000 minors on HRT. Her association sparked backlash after people began to notice her bizarre fixation on secretly sending HRT to minors.
Pink pilling minors is based, actually, if they reach out and express a desire for HRT. I've unironically pink-pilled like half a dozen minors, and by pink-pill I mean point them to HRT resources after they reach out. Sweating, dude. This is grooming. This is 100%, unironically, 1 million fucking times grooming. Like, what? No, the Conservatives weren't right because they're far too broad with the way they speak about things. Like, obviously, not every single fucking gay is doing this, right? But this is definitely grooming. There's literally no other way of interpreting this other than it's grooming.
I've unironically helped like a half a dozen minors acquire bathtub estrogen. No one tell them I've helped more than one minor order. I don't groom children. I just show dozens of kids every week how to buy bathtub estrogen with cryptocurrency and how to hide it from their parents. What are you talking about? The directory does, in fact, take cryptocurrency, and at one point even instructed minors on how to buy Bitcoin. If you're a minor, get a trusted adult to purchase Bitcoin for you, or go to your...
Is it not crazy how brazen they are? Well, I think it's one of the aspects of being so brazen is you give yourself, funnily enough, a kind of plausible deniability that if someone challenges you, it's like, no, we're just doing it for jokes and stuff like that. Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember the video, we watched it the other day, of the gay fellas talking about coming for your kids? And then there was information revealed that there was a, some of them at least, that had charges for like child stuff. Oh my God, dude. Quite a few, well, I don't remember the exact statistics on it, okay? But yeah, I mean, it's just like that, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're coming for your kids. Grooming, boo, boo, boo. Okay, come on now.
Your local BTC ATM. Chloe has also referenced minors in relation to an act known as pink pilling, the act of convincing someone that they are trans on multiple occasions. Pink pilling minors is based, actually, if they reach out and express a desire for HRT. I have unironically pink pilled like half a dozen minors, and by pink pill, I mean point them to HRT resources after they reach out. So when this was brought to the public's attention, several changes to the site were made. They removed Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals and implemented a site-wide age warning. This seems to contradict their explicit advocacy for minors to use the site. 2 days later, Chloe announced she would no longer be involved in the directory. Keffals similarly distanced herself and her sponsorship vanished.
Yo! So that was, I remember that was in the Destiny Manifesto, all of this stuff kind of happening. More fundamentally than that, though, Kiwi Farms was right. 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 And I think this lends weight to the theory that the reason that a lot of these people who are on there, certain gendered individuals, is because they know that there's stuff that is bad for them and they're trying to get it taken down so they don't have it on there. Yes, Fembro, yes, we did speak about that earlier. Tipster took down the Lonnie video, yes. Fucking hell, man, this is insane.
She has tried to downplay her accusation ever since, and this is what she had to say earlier this year when questioned about the directory. I gave a wiki site $500 a month and they put my website link in the banner. This was the extent of my involvement. I have never produced or distributed or even purchased DIY hormones. I didn't sell anything to trans minors and I wasn't involved in production or distribution.
Oh my god. Then the fucking walking away starts. Oh, nothing to do with me. What is it? Throwing what rocks and hiding your hands. Oh, wasn't me. Occam's Cockcomes says, why does Tipster insist so much on sounding like a pedo? Okay.
Claire didn't just endorse it, she was friends with the creator who openly gloated about pink pilling minors. She even joked about it with Clara on stream.
I wanted you on the stream because I have a lot of trans youth who watch the stream, so you gotta like chill your pink pilling stuff.
Wow, I have the perfect resource for you. So I am pretty well known for those who don't know. People know me for like being knowledgeable about DIY HRT and how to, access DIY HRT. And so I have the site, which people are already sending the link in chat, is DIY.
As a parent, it's like, God, imagine. Oh, God, imagine for fucking kids. Oh, God, talking to this person. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, God, damn it. Oh, God.
HRT.github.io. If the mods want to like plug that would be amazing.
So while Chloe has since disappeared from the internet, there was actually a new development. It was discovered that shortly after retiring, she was convicted for robbing a...
Hey! I know this account. This is a person that did the Dark Viper thread as well. I must say, I'm a fan, okay? But yeah, they're quite a regular poster on there, I believe. But no, they're pretty based. They're not like a super, they're kind of just pretty chill, I think. As much as you like look at them, you're like, oh, you just posted that dude's address, holy shit. I think that they are kind of chill from what I can tell. And they seem to be focused more so on, the information rather than, like, anything else.
Bank in 2020. On February 14, 2020, on about 7:18 a.m., an individual wearing a surgical mask walked up to the counter at the Scotiabank branch located at and handed a note to a teller. It read, "This is a robbery. You are not in danger. Call the police 30 seconds after I leave the door."
Mr. Dong! Mr. Dong! Mr. Dong! Mr. Dong. There's no fucking way, dude. Mr. Dong. Dude, on the nose. They've made this up for a laugh at the police station. They've gone, let's have a bit of a laugh. What are they, trans? Yeah, Mr. Dong. Get that on the notes. We'll make it so they got to face the court as Mr. Dong. Okay. Old Bobby Dong, but the dong is gone. Okay.
Give me all your money, no bug money. The robber handed the teller a box. The teller placed cash in the box, and the robber then left the bank with the box of cash. The teller locked the door and told her manager what happened. The police were called. This individual was identified by police as Chloe. The teller placed a GPS tracker device hidden between four $20 bills. And when she discovered this, she tried to hide it beneath some snow. It was quickly found, reported to police, and they retrieved $5,190 in cash, and Chloe was convicted in 2023. Though currently her sentence is unclear, the Criminal Notebook, a free resource on Canadian criminal law, says the average sentence in Alberta for this exact type of crime is 4 years and possibly a fine.
Dude. Convicted criminal. You're a criminal running a fucking site presenting to kids. It's just shocking. Just shocking. Insanity occurring.
And while it's unclear who owns the directory now, it's still around to this day. In fact, they recently added back Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals. In fact, they even added back that filthy Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals, clearly waiting for that public
wait.
backlash. Who owns the directory now? It's still around to this day. In fact, They recently added back
Was that
Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals. In fact, they even added back that filthy Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals. Clearly,
that's so funny, man. I love little things like that where you see the process, right? So he messed it up. Obviously, he should have edited that out, but he added filthy back in as well. I don't know whether that was scripted or if it was off the cuff, but he was like, "No, I've got to make sure people need to see it's real bad, filthy. It was filthy." That's so good, man.
Waiting for that public backlash to die down. Needless to say, everyone involved in this entire situation has exhibited suspicious behavior at best. So, one surprising development that actually kicked in while I'm sitting in my hotel room right now is apparently one of the actual pharmaceutical groups that was listed on the
we covered this.
DIY HRT directory, vanapharma.com, which, by the way, ships domestically only within the United Kingdom, accepts cryptocurrency only, blah, 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 has actually been hit with a pretty bad letter in this regard. So for this is from the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency in the United Kingdom. And if we look closely over here, you can see that we investigate the criminal supply of illegal medicinal products. And during one of our investigations, the following domain name has come to our attention: vanapharma.org. Internationally, every
Turf Island.
has its own law, blah, 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 blah,
Turf
blah.
Island.
So what they actually were hit with over here, the violations, is Regulation 46, where a person may...
Oi, mate, you got a license for that unlicensed pharmaceutical homemade estrogen, bathtub estrogen, HRT shit?
Not sell or supply, or offer to sell or supply a medicinal product otherwise than in accordance with the terms, okay? And of course, Regulation 214, which is a person may not sell or supply a prescription-only medicine except in accordance with a prescription given by an appropriate practitioner. And of course, Regulation 279, which is a person may not publish an advertisement for a medicinal product unless one of the following is in force of the product. So yeah, they got hit with something, and again, before anybody in their camp says whatever they were doing with the DIY HRT directory was legal, this is a clear example of how what they were doing was actually not, and it required governmental intervention. And this is a clear example of government regulation kicking in and proving that what they were doing wasn't exactly above board. And it's understandable why many would be dubious of their intentions.
They also say, I guess one of their problems is that you are supporting young people, young trans people who didn't have access to hormones. You are...
Dong Pharma has been removed, has been excised. A reverse penile vaginoplasty has been performed on Dong Pharma.
Direct telling them how to make homemade hormones.
Oh my god. No, I don't know how to make homemade hormones. I noticed the new thing is they're saying that I'm teaching people how to make hormones in their bathtub, which just sounds insane.
Keffals calls anyone who...
You're so crazy. You're so crazy for saying that. That must be transphobic Kiwi Farm saying shit again.
Who questions her behavior, past or present, transphobic, accusing her critics of pedo-jacketing and groomer libel. When Ethan Klein called her out for defending Bosch's horse folder, she poisoned the well. You had me on your show and called me a hero for fighting against a far-right stalking forum that made multiple people themselves. Now you are using out-of-context clips sourced from the same website to attack people. What's truly disgusting about this is something like pedo-jacketing actually can be a real problem. It would be dishonest to act like baseless accusations of pedophilia against the LGBT community don't actually exist. But once again, Clara uses all of this to avoid accountability for her own actions. Clara, Keffals, your identity is not a shield from criticism, okay? Every time you do this, you actually throw the entire community you're supposed to be advocating for under the fucking bus. And that takes us to the tale of Catboy Ranch. For the longest time, Keffals used to block anyone who referenced Catboy Ranch. It was actually mentioned in the letter that caused her initial swatting. But journalists declined to include it. Clara later used this to justify why no one should look into it.
So I have always said about Catboy Ranch stuff is it's so broad. It's, unless you're willing to go and spend a lot of time looking at it, it's a bit like, oh God, what is actually true and what's false? Because the problem is that there's going to be some stuff that's true, but then obviously there's going to be people that are like, groomer, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, can we just get to the facts of the matter? Okay, show me the grooming and we'll condemn the grooming together. Boom, there we go. Let's leave it at that. Okay, but apparently some stuff has been dug up. So let's have a look and see.
When I was swatted, the swatters mentioned Catboy Ranch and giving children Catboy collars in an email where they impersonated me and said that they were going to shoot up City Hall. It was all Kiwi Farms misinformation. Now H3H3 fans are regurgitating it. The problem with this argument is that ultimately the documentation speaks for itself. Nothing on Kiwi Farms should actually be taken at face value, which is why they find it so important to archive everything. That ensures that the original source exists and allows you to verify the information for yourself. With how much misinformation and perhaps disinformation has been spreading about what Catboy Ranch really is, it's about time we look at the facts and try to understand what it actually was. When I first mentioned the subject on Twitter, she posted a link to the supposed Discord in question. By the way, the server is still up. That is not the original Catboy Ranch server. In fact, it was created in response long after, in June of 2023. The story of the actual Catboy Ranch server starts with a Twitter account she owned by the same name. It was created in 2020. The plan? To create a Twitter meme page directed at femboys so I can herd them all into my ranch. It was somewhat gimmicky with close ties to Vosh's community. Most of the posts were submissions made by either
Wait,
Clara,
what was that?
Gimmicky with close ties to Vosh's community.
Hey Vosh, I was wondering what your opinion on Catboys is. I mean, I like cats and I like boys. Dude, why would you say it like that, bro? I think some people are kind of seeing where I'm coming from with this. I'm thinking, is it just because I'm a parent and I see my lads as my boys, my lads, like, you know, whatever. No, it's not just that. This is weird. It's weird to call someone boys like that. Like, surely it would be men if you wanted a bit of the old slap and tickle with a fella. It would be a man you'd be thinking of, not a fucking boy. Dude, boys are boys, for fuck's sake, man. Oh. Certified boy lover, certified pedophile. Yes, I'm a parent. Indeed.
Most of the posts were submissions made by either Clara, her friends, or people in her DMs. And the page was overtly sexual, and she did public calls for submissions and invitations.
Oh my god. The header? Dude, the header. I asked a colleague of mine once, said, what was it? I asked, what's the deal with this Catboy Ranch? Like, was it like crazy? Because I heard multiple mixed things. And it was like, this is what the header was. And it was like very questionable age looking fucking two cat boys. It was fucking. And I think this is part of it. What? Why? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. Okay, come on.
Like this tweet if you want to be added to the Catboy Ranch group chat. It was by any metric an adult space, with pornographic art posted on the account and used as the Discord banner. There are endless, and I mean endless, tweets that are very explicit in nature. For example, my biggest regret about getting bottom surgery is that I never had the chance to nut in a Catboy. I am coming out as
Okay. Whoa, what the fuck, dude? Oh god, they're so burnt. Oh, bro! I would have thought that the thought of having a prostate would be very triggering to your dysphoria, no? Because prostate is something that guys have got only. Oh, fucking hell, dude. This is...
someone who likes to get their prostate slammed and or slamming someone else's prostate. I really wish I was a Catboy until he starts crying right about now. The account reached 8,000 followers by early 2021. It was around this time.
Occam's Cockcoms is really coming through the bangers today. At ChudLogic. No, it's the opposite. They pretend their prostate is a man pussy clit. What is that? Oh. You guys are fucking insane today. What's going on?
Time, her page got marked as being adults only. A recurring theme throughout her posts was the idea of ownership.
Whoa! Okay, I'm not in with the anime shit. That is a underage person cartoon, right? Is it not? Am I... Someone call the fucking police on this shit, dude. What's going on? This is nuts. I didn't know about this shit. I knew it was like a bit weird and maybe there was... This is like obvious, no? Oh, she's 1,000 years old. Okay.
Which is when things get really strange as we approach the Discord server. The Catboy Ranch Discord was created in December of 2020. Within 3 weeks, the server amassed over 650 members, partially because she promoted it under her viral tweets. While it doesn't appear any archives of the chat exist, what is public has raised a lot of eyebrows. At one point, Clara shared photos of 2 callers given to members of the Discord.
Oh my god, dude. At Femboy Finance, property of Catboy Ranch. At Ali Maria, type Catgirl, property of Catboy Ranch. This is like cult shit. Right? It's like a sex cult, yeah. Oh god, this is fucking disgusting. Oh my god. Oh god, this is tough to watch. Imagine being the engraver, getting told to put that on a chain. Probably some 70-year-old dude who's the salt of the earth being subjected to pure Discord degeneracy.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yes, true.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
What's up with all these gooners? Why are they all the same person?
True.
Such grass.
Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. I must say, this is pretty sickening stuff. Pretty rough stuff here.
Clearly engaging in some form of roleplay. These individuals are adults, and I'm not alleging otherwise. My point is that it's clearly a space for adults, and minors should have been kept.
Not going to be able to be femme for a few years. We could be sad mass together. I should be living away from home for college, but COVID kind of fucked that up. I'm 18 and going to be in high school for 2 more years. I'm a fuck up. I didn't graduate until I was 20. It's okay. Not everyone has the same life trajectory, and trying to fit yourself into a box set by you by this isn't your fault. Freshly 18. Freshly in high school. You know, I've got the same perspective on this where it's like, you know, knowingly engaging with someone like that. It's just there's so much messed up shit going on, right? As we've seen with like the cast review, right? There's a lot of fucked up shit going on. A lot of people put on paths maybe they shouldn't be on. A lot of influences. Like, dude, this is just like, you should not be anywhere near these people. Stop. Enough. And that cease. Everyone stop.
Away as far as possible. Keffals has reiterated that the server has explicitly 18 plus and required photo ID to join. However, she also stated that photo ID was only required for the not safe for work sections.
Oh.
These are 2 very contradicting statements. And ignoring the fact that she shouldn't have been interacting with minors on Twitter either, Win, also known as @FemGirlVR, was followed by Clara on both of her accounts. On September 28, 2021, Clara replied to Win calling her very cute. A month later, Win tweeted at Clara complaining she couldn't post nudes because she was 15.
I don't know if I see that. It's naked. That's my timeline. Luckily, I'm 15, so I can't do that. Oh. Vitaly, all is forgiven. Basically what we need to do is get Vitaly. You know, like Bane in Batman, right? What you need to do, the original Bane, not the new one, the original one that got pumped full of stuff. Get Vitaly, hook him up to something that just pumps pure Colombian fucking grade cocaine into his veins. feed it into him and just fucking send him like a bowling ball at all of this shit. That's what we need. Okay, I'd fully support that, dude. Come on, where is he? Someone get him. We need his service. We need him to fucking point in the right direction.
Then in November, Catboy Ranch replied to Win, acknowledging her age. You are 15, your skull hasn't even fully developed. Win later proclaimed herself a 15, your skull
Do you think you're on FS? Your 15 your skull hasn't even fully developed.
Hasn't even fully developed. Win later proclaimed herself a proud member of the cult of Keffals. I just can't get over how much hope you give me. I should be able to start HRT before I'm 16 or once I'm 16. So just knowing that there's the potential I could pass like you does give me hope to keep going. Thank you. Maya, or Femboy Mats, is another minor Clara interacted with on Twitter. Maya claimed to have been a member of the Catboy Ranch Discord whilst underage. Maya said, "Hey, I'm the person involved. There was no grooming." Someone replied, "Who said there was? You were still a minor in Catboy Ranch, which had ID verification." Maya then confirms that only the NSFW sections did. Maya was 16 years old when she began interacting with Keffals. 5 days after she turned 17, Clara replied to her selfie with a meme. "Damn ya ass fat, what's your pronouns?" Clara later tweeted a meme at Maya about taking estrogen and getting erections.
I mean, if you don't want to get called groomers, don't do shit like this. Are you serious? This is it's so fucking gross, dude. Oh.
In one thread, Catboy Ranch interacts with both Maya and Princess Emily, who was 15 years old. Now, these are highly inappropriate interactions for someone to engage in on their adults-only account at the age of 27. And this is only what we're able to see publicly.
So the wording here is important because there's obviously some other stuff that's come up off of this, right? But obviously Mutahar is quite specific in the words, calling it inappropriate, and he's being very clear in the kind of what he's stating here, right? Basically, one of the people involved claims they're bothered by the fact that Mutahar insists that there was, insinuated there was grooming happening and complained about not being reached out to. And then that's obviously been jumped on to question his journalistic integrity. And it's like, first of all, I don't really know if I would consider this is a classic thing, journalism integrity. You've got to adhere to this journalistic integrity that you've not necessarily even agreed to. Okay, firstly, but second of all, presuming you're just looking at the tweets, you're allowed to have a perspective on it and state it in a YouTube video without contacting the people involved. Right? Why do you have to contact someone if you can see the tweets and go, this is very inappropriate behavior? It's there. It's right there. You can look at it, show it, talk about it, and there we go, right?
It's also worth noting Maya has since argued in favor of underage people lying about their age to people online. Maya turned 18th in January of 2022 and made an NSFW account to post nudes 3 months later. Now, this is where the story gets even darker, because we have to look at Maya's interaction with another user named Danny. Username is syntheshere. Danny publicly bragged about getting Maya on DIY HRT when she was a minor. About to start bragging that I got Maya on HRT when she was a minor, Maya began ordering from Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals a month after turning 17. I'm about to take the pink pill to assist, though. This all was with assistance from the DIY HRT directory. A year later, she was so unhappy with her results, she actually called out and blocked Chloe on Twitter. What happened? She got pissed about her hormone results? I mean, that wouldn't be Chloe's fault because that's not something she can control. Everyone reacts differently to that stuff. Also, there's different dosages. The two would end up having an argument about the specifics of HRT. Chloe calls Maya an idiot, and Maya says this: "Fuck DIY, fuck all of this. I don't know how this happened. My regimen didn't change since my last test."
Dude, that is... By the way, just to point out as well, I think this is the thing that I think that even Josh from Kiwi Farms didn't know, right? I think this was new information for Josh, right? This is like fresh off, not on Kiwi Farms. Like, there's no one I think really knew about this. I mean, I've not heard about this before. But even like the Kiwi Farms people, I think, didn't know about this. Somehow, my estrogen dipped by like 60 points and my testosterone went up to 700. Fuck DIY, fuck all this. I don't know how this happened. My my regimen didn't change since last test. I'm so done with listening to these quacks online who pretend they're better than an actual doctor. I mean, yes. Yes. Exactly like has been being said. This is not a replacement for being having a doctor involved. It just is not. It is literally pseudo-scientific quack bullshit. What do they say? Be your own endocrinologist. Oh, what the fuck, dude? You would not accept this for other shit. You wouldn't accept this for cancer. You wouldn't accept this for fucking, whatever. But for some reason with this, oh yeah, this, in this case, a minor, right? Do it online. It's just fucking absurd. It's obviously, transparently, clearly a ridiculous, absurd nonsense that should be cracked down on immensely. Oh, it was on KF, but it was buried. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. Fucking hell, dude. God, it's just, it's way worse than, you even knew. Damn, fucking Mutahar went deep to find this then. Jesus.
Of HRT. Chloe calls Maya an idiot, and Maya says this: fuck DIY, fuck all of this. I don't know how this happened. My regimen didn't change since my last test. I am so done with listening to these quacks online who pretend
back pockets, the stuff just casually known about. Normies and even those who are in the know won't even know.
True.
We take it for granted sometimes.
Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it.
and that they're better than actual doctors. As Maya herself stated, these people are not doctors. And someone like Chloe should not be allowed to posture herself as some kind of authority on the subject.
Jesus Christ, look at that.
Posture her.
I literally know how Beaker works. My testosterone is increased. That is not a Beaker increase. Also, the estrogen is right there, bestie. If you're on Beaker, then it doesn't matter what the T is. Your E is low. Yes, the T is irrelevant. I'm not even a DIY person. I think you should probably go informed consent now you're of age of majority if that's available to you. My only point was unpacking what Chloe was saying. In other words, ignore you LARP doctors. Yes, I agree. Chloe has good info. Maya, please DM me your HRT regime, please. I'll help you. I do not want help. Okay, where's all the fucking HIY defenders now? Hey? It's pseudo-scientific claptrap to act like you can do just as good a job as a fucking doctor can. As if, like, having issues or whatever is... And some of those issues are there for a reason. They're barriers for a reason to stop you from making irreversible changes to your fucking body. Dude, this is... Molding and coping.
Herself as some kind of authority on the subject. No one without any proper credentials should. Not me, not Chloe, not Keffals, not anyone. Maybe it would be less of an issue if everyone involved in the situation was a legal adult. But as we've demonstrated in the last 5 minutes, they are not. Clara explicitly advocated for the DIY HRT's directory's use by minors, while clearly aware of her friend's activities, behaviors, and history. That only compounded by her constant lies surrounding Catboy Ranch, when even what we can prove already paints an incredibly unsavory picture. There is simply no good justification for why Keffals, while being overtly sexual, was interacting with and befriending underaged fans.
And the only place they really feel safe talking about being trans is on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And so where do you guys do this? Is it like a Discord or something, or like a community?
Oh, it's like a Twitch stream.
Oh, just on Twitch?
Yeah.
So it's all just out in the public?
Yeah.
Because they make me it sound like you have some kind of secret or some community spot that's not publicly seen where you're talking with kids and stuff, but that's not even the case.
No.
Wow, that's interesting. They really are just straight up lying, huh?
The Ethan Klein, that was back. That was in the midst of his woke arc, right? God, it's kind of a shame that he's not like revisiting some of the stuff that happened there, because he could do a banger segment about this. I mean, he's probably going to see or hear or know of this video from the discourse. Yes, the Homelander interview, exactly. Oh God, it is. That is just the progressive brain rot, I think. They're clear as day. Don't be transphobic.
Nerd Angle became a member. Nerd Angle celebrates 3 months of membership. Ethan Quality Homelander interview.
Thank you for the membership. Appreciate it. Fucking hell, man.
Now, there's a lot of misinformation surrounding Catboy Ranch, including the circulation of several alleged screenshots. And to be clear, these aren't from a server Clara owned, but an acquaintance named Femboy Cooking. Femboy Cooking is infamous for saying this: "It's not a choice. We are not asking you. We are telling you we will turn your kid gay."
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Also, Otaconaco was raided by the Brazilian Feds Sep 2023. Time to catch up Turf Island. Vivo Brasil.
Thank you for the 50 sec. A bunch of lonely autistic who secretly pretend that they're girls in some creepy Discord. Then they go to an informed consent clinic as soon as they hit 18 and face no therapeutic challenge. That's actually a really good point, actually. Is like if you're 18 and you go to a clinic and it's like, oh, I've been on treatment, and explain the situation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they won't necessarily try and circumvent that. They'll just continue down the pathway that you're on. Even though the reason that you could have come to that treatment could be for bad reasons and not right, and you're not gone through the mental stuff. Like, dude, this is insane, dude. Kiwi Farms was right. The gender criticals were right. The turfs were right. Okay? Switch it all off. We've had enough. We've had enough of it.
On June 23, 2021, a Twitter thread was made exposing Femboy Cooking's Discord server. A user named Sorrel called it an outright den of grooming. The server had roles to identify both adults and minors, and in spite of this, he caught an adult openly flirting with a 13-year-old and calling them a cute little bottom cat boy. Roles to a user named Sorrel called a Twitter thread was made exposing.
So I've been tipped off on something real grody. Those Vosh cultist femboys, yeah, their Discord is at best unsafe when it comes to how it handles underage users, and at worst an outright den of grooming. Behold, flirting with a 13-year-old.
Femboy Cooking's Discord server. A user named Sorrel called it an outright den of grooming. The server had roles to identify both adults and minors, and in spite of this, he caught an adult openly flirting with a 13-year-old and calling them a cute little bottom cat boy.
That is fucking grotesque, dude. Like, it's gross. With kids, it's like it hits so much harder. You're like, God, you've got. Never letting them download Discord. Never. Letting them download Discord. Fucking hell, man, this is gross. Just sickening. Just absolutely disgusting. In fact, we've got a bit of Mama Max stuff a bit later that we're going to talk about, but I'm feeling a bit of Mama Max energy right about now, to be honest. We don't like pedophiles.
When confronted, admins defended the server's practice of allowing underage users. Why would we bar minors from the server on the off chance that they'll be groomed? How if they've been talking about having with men, you can show me where, but your sexuality is a...
Dude, you just do another fuck up there. Mutahar. Okay? Next time I want to leech off you, can you actually do a better job, please? We would bar minors from the server on the off chance that they'll be groomed, lol. Don't you think there are better ways to fix the issues of grooming and redacted on the internet than just barring children from using the internet? Yeah, I think we can have a bit of a line between let kids have like a bit of access to some stuff versus get them into a private fucking Discord server and give them a tag. Put a little thing on their arm that says, this is a minor, by the way, guys. Oh.
They have been talking about having with men, you can show me where, but your sexuality is a part of you. There's nothing wrong with it. You're kind of the one introducing the adult-oriented element. It's kind of weird. Keffals admits that she was in this server and called the screenshots disgusting. I have absolutely nothing to do with that Discord, and I think that is disgusting. I'll warn people about the Discord. Someone replied, by that you mean you'll leave the Discord. And she said, already did. I wasn't aware or active about any of this until now. Bruh, I was joking. I didn't know you were a part of it. That changed after the person who made the call out got suspended. Clara celebrated the thread's deletion, even though she admitted it had evidence of an adult flirting with a minor. Those are her own words. A just wrote an entire thread seething about me from behind a block and tried to get his followers to dogpile my tweet, and then got suspended. People combed through Femboy's cooking Discord and discovered an adult flirting with a minor, and decided that I am somehow guilty of this. Once again, suspended. This is stunning admission that she helped cover up an adult flirting with a 13-year-old for her own convenience. And there's also no proof that the person who made that thread is a P-word. Early into Drop Kiwi Farms, Clara promoted an artist named ZR Kalo.
Dude. Bro. Okay, what is this going to be? Oh my god, what fresh hell is this?
Kayla is known for running the account Transphobes Posting Their L's. She faced backlash for knowingly associating with actual zoophiles, including a moderator on @transphobic L's. She also is known for drawing what would some describe as necrozoophile art. Keffals defended her purely on the basis that she had a thread on Kiwi Farms.
But the thing is, like, I know they lie about literally everyone, so why would I believe their claims? Like, they're calling Zerkalo a necrozoophile, and it's like, they call everyone everything.
Yeah, I think you learn pretty early on when you talk about this kind of stuff that they're a bit mean, they're a bit harsh. Sometimes they do some naughty things, okay, like doxing or whatever. But often, the fundamental claims have got at least some weight to them, if not being completely true. Oh, it's on Kiwi Farm, so it must be a lie. And then you look at it, it's like, boom, here's evidence number 1. Archive 1, Archive 2, Archive 3, Archive 4, Archive 5, boom, 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 boom. And it's like, okay. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty conclusive, actually. Oh my god. Kiwi Farms said they're a zoophile and Kiwi Farms is bad, so it can't be true and I'll associate with the person comes to learn they're a zoophile.
Nothing they say is truthful. I have no reason to believe that.
Ooh.
You drew furry gore? Look, I personally think that that's kind of weird.
Yo! Is that not a big red flag flying up there? Hang on a minute. Wait, what? Oh my god, dude. Oh. Oof.
However, I don't think you did anything wrong. I can just choose not to look at the part of the internet where people post things like that. As long as no one's getting hurt, I do not care.
Then she calls...
It is kind of true that Kiwi Farms has bullshit claims. Okay, but that's because people use it retardedly, okay? People look through Kiwi Farms and they go, oh my goodness, addresses, mean words. No, this is terrible. I can't believe they're saying this about this person. That's disgusting. Oh, and that's not true. That thing, which is clearly an opinion, that's not true. If you want to get to the facts of if you don't just want to be entertained by all of that, because it is entertaining, look for the facts, look for the links, look for the clips. It's fucking there, right? It's there for the taking if you want to actually find the information, right? That's it. You don't need to read any of the commentary or opinions of people. And in fact, if you go and read someone's thread, you've normally got the original post, okay, which is like obviously detailing a lot of things. You can literally just look at all the stuff and figure out from there, right? That's a video, that's a clip, that's a tweet, etc. And then the next few replies are often like, oh, this disgusting slur. You can just kind of scroll through those because it's just people giving their opinion, right? Their legally God-given First Amendment right to say that opinion in the way that they choose. And then you get to another thing, it's another clip. And you just look at that. You don't need to even engage with the bad stuff on there. You can just look at the facts and the clips and the tweets and the archives and you get what you need. And that is going to prevent you from looking at someone and going, well, it's on Kiwi Farm, so it's probably false. At least have a little scroll through their thread before you make that decision. And the other thing too is Keffals is a complete and utter hypocrite on this, because I am certain that Keffals has used Kiwi Farms when it's benefited their ends, right? And they've also, if they haven't used Kiwi Farms exactly, they've used Kiwi Farms tactics and strategies in terms of A-log type shit. Like when they found all that information out about a foreign man from a foreign land and that dude's father to make a hit piece about them in a stream. So it's like, you're either using the info or you're using the tactics. So what does it fucking matter at that point, you know? Pulling up the Facebook of some dude's dad. Pulling up old clips from them at college. I mean, it's just this... Dude. It's crazy, bro. But yeah.
Every person with the thread on the site to band together. It's probably a good time to bring up that Kiwi Farms has actually put criminals in jail. Put actual criminals there. Most recently, putting a prolific animal abuser behind bars. I'm not saying every user or thread is virtuous, even if you hate
Wait, what was
the
that?
animal abuser behind bars. I'm not...
I repeat, a zoo sadist who redacted more than 50 monkeys to death in the last 90 days has been arrested thanks to the tireless work of a member of Kiwi Farms. Indian? Question mark?
I'm not saying every user or thread is virtuous. Even if you hate the site, you gotta admit, some people deserve to have their actions exposed. Keffals' campaign eventually took her to Chris Chan, who she brought on for an interview right after Chris got out of jail for allegedly having relations with their mom. Hilariously, she had to keep up the lie that Kiwi Farms was still down, a lie she maintained for years. At this point, I need to pose the question, what goddamn moral high ground does Keffals have over Kiwi Farms? It isn't doxing. She paid money to dox her critics, as well as innocent members of their family. It can't be cyber stalking. She got ousted from her own community for trying to gather dirt on who she called a prototypical lol cow.
Say the name. Say the name, Muta. Mommy Big Dick. Mommy Big Dick. I'm wondering how much info we can get on her. Okay, he's making the exact point I was just making. Based.
It can't be some belief of criminality. The whole point of getting Cloudflare to drop Kiwi Farms is making them susceptible to illegal DDoS attacks. And when the site was hosted in Ukraine, she posted the address to the servers publicly, and then accused them of supporting Russia in some weird hopes that I would imagine would be retribution. Her entire MO is exploiting other people for her own benefit. Every time she claims people are criticizing her, it's because she's trans. She undermines the actual hate directed towards trans people on the basis of their identity. And what about her cynical use of other people's death, from James Somerton to the victims of Kiwi Farms to bringing up Tony in her feud with Ethan Klein?
She starts this motherfucker off with "in memory of Tony Winchester, who was the RS Glory and Gold."
Why bring him up? What the hell?
He, first of all, I'm speechless with that one.
Yeah.
How many deaths do we have to watch her weaponize until we all get together and can agree invoking someone's name in this way is just really fucking disgusting? And finally, to top it all off, there is no transparency surrounding the GoFundMe. She seems to...
Keffals was retweeting tweets informing people on how to DDoS the site. It's so transparent what she was doing. I mean, you know. Yeah, of course. I think the problem is Kiwi Farms has got a lot of enemies. So there's lots of people that want to DDoS. But it's so obvious that it was like, take it down. And then it's parties in the background on their side of it could start the DDoS stuff.
To keep inventing new details about her swatting, and many of the criticisms thrown in her face over the years are rooted in reality. If there's anything to learn about all of this, is that Clara Sorrenti has no morals. She will completely disregard the truth for her own gain and profit. There is no scenario where you can take her at her word, because she is shameless in her attempts at manipulation. If you are someone who felt sincerely invested in Kiwi Farms being taken down, then she has failed you. The site is stronger than ever, and they've raised over $150,000 for their own litigation fund. They've already seen results in getting a company to retract their libelous claims.
Let's go.
Dropping Kiwi Farms proved to be a terrible business decision for Cloudflare, who stated it caused a loss of potential customers and significant adverse feedback. And now everyone knows exactly what she was trying to hide after all this time. Now, this final section of the video, I have to preface with some caveats. When I first announced I was going to be working on this video publicly, several former friends and editors reached out to offer their perspective. They expressed feelings disillusioned by her behavior and provided what appears to be pretty damning screenshots, one that I started this video off in the beginning, as you can imagine, regarding what Clara did with her money. The reason why I waited to introduce this is at the very end is because I wanted to show that you can make a strong case with what is already publicly available. I have also been very honest about the extent of my knowledge regarding this evidence. Okay, I have to be very honest here. Keffals has fake DMs in the past.
By the way, guys, Nicholas Dury has just released a thread with some leaks, including some DMs between the two of us, which are quite funny, which we're going to go over after this. And then I think Nicholas said he's going to come on. But yeah, it'll be funny.
Even
funny
doing so on stream before posting them as if they're real. Keffals and her camp have demonstrated being actual disinformation agents, and having to vet screenshots are actually a serious concern. This is why I say I never believe an actual message until I open up.
Third video of the day. More like sixth video of the day. We're going in deep on this stuff, okay? New drama cycle started, right? Milk, milk, milk. We're milking the fuck out of this.
The server myself, hit refresh, and see it with my own fucking eyes. I don't just believe any screenshot thrown at me. With all that being said, this is what I was shown. The first is from a screenshot from a private group chat dated November 30th, 2022. Feels really bad watching the GoFundMe deplete. The rest will cover a year's rent and my psych fees if I talk to a psychologist once a week for the next 11 months. Ellen tried to comfort me by reminding me that it was an emergency fund. I kept trying to think of how it depleted so fast, and it's just so many little things. Travel and replacing furniture and helping my friends out buying new streaming gear and clothes. If legitimate, this is an admission that the GoFundMe had greatly depleted after just 2 months. It also calls into question if she actually did buy new clothes and equipments for her friend. That isn't even remotely covered by any of her stated goals. Claire seems to understand this, going on to state, if anyone ever finds out about how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled. And these messages were deleted, like what, 7 minutes later? Oh. If you recall, in September of 2022, Claire mentioned hiring both a private investigator and a cybersecurity firm.
Fucking hell, dude. That is fucking crazy. Boom, deleted. Recognizing, what have I done if that gets leaked?
Okay,
now it is leaked.
wonderful. But how do I make
Nerd the
money
Ninja, thank you. Oh, no, wait. Play the last 1 minute. Why? Spivmeister, thanks for the gifted sub. Appreciate it.
This conversation, dated November 12, 2023, appears to shed further insight as to why. The source first sent a tweet from YouTuber Bad Empanada, who had criticized Keffals in the past. Claire responded by sharing his full name, date of birth, and home address. When asked how she obtained this information, Clara gloated she was insane before revealing the name of another YouTuber named Second Thought. Does Kiwi Farms have this info? No, I did it myself. I never published this info. It's just like a game for me. Clara continued, I'll have more soon. I paid for another information request from an Argentinian PI firm. Honestly, my dream is to retire from streaming and be a PI. Dox people professionally. The lady who wants to drop Kiwi Farms, ladies and gentlemen, used the money raised under false pretenses to indulge in her fantasy of being a professional doxer. Allegedly. Given the nature of these screenshots, we have to be very careful about their legitimacy. However, I did end up reaching out to both of the YouTubers targeted to verify if the information was legitimate. And unfortunately, I did not get a single response back, as sad as it sounds. I think at the end of all this, the real harm that Keffals has done is not necessarily just to herself, but for the people that she quote-unquote wants to advocate for. Look, throughout covering this video, I've learned that the trans people that I've talked to just want to exist. And in most cases, they're just average people.
True.
And their identities are just their identities. That's it. They actually have lives outside of what their, again, trans identity usually is. And a lot of those people I talked to have all disliked Keffals. And they've all disliked him because, you know, as far as I can really tell you, this person's like the Jesse Jackson of trans people, okay? They will use this as a shield. They will constantly try to be an activist. And I feel that Keffals' behavior has made her the perfect controlled opposition for making trans people just look terribly bad. So the end of all this, ladies and gentlemen, Keffals is in fact a liar. They are evil, they are malicious, and they're at great harm to not just themselves, but the community they quote-unquote claim to represent. That said, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.
Wowee, guys. What an epic.
But one that requires...
What a great epic that was, hey? Good Lord. What a banging video. That was great. Virginia Baked Nights with the 5 gifted subs on Twitch. Thank you very much. Very generous. Appreciate your generosity. Thank you. Now let's watch it all over again. Okay. So we'll just chuck in here at the end, I guess, the only criticism I've seen, which is of any merit beyond the thumbnail. Right?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Spivmeister with a gifted sub. Thank you. Like, this is about it, really. I mean, obviously, you've got some criticism, which is just like, the information's known. You know, stuff that's like, it doesn't give enough credit to Kiwi Farms. It's not transphobic enough, etc. But, yeah, I mean, all I've seen is complaints about the thumbnail and stuff like that. So yeah, this is about it, really. Mutahar's entire video is going to be using Kiwi Farm sources.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you, Grandad's Lounge, for the gifted subs. Appreciate it. This person is retarded. What do they mean a Kiwi Farm source? If you go on Kiwi Farms and there's an archive link and you click on it and it's got the stuff, what do you mean? How is that a Kiwi Farm source? The information is there, separate to Kiwi Farms on a different website. To do a guilt by association takedown of Keffals, holding him responsible for everything DIY HRT. Keffals promoted it and talked about transing kids. These people are fucking insane. Insane liars. Lying fucking... Of course, Keffals is responsible for that because Keffals promoted it and shielded it and talked about transing kids. Yes, 100% there's responsibility there. This idiot is going to revive anti-trans discourse and endanger trans people. All for the bag. What a fucking snake. Fucking hell, dude. This is an attack on DIY HRT. Mutahar is going to use Kiwi Farms as a source and accept everything they said as fact, then push their narrative to a mainstream audience. This is a deliberate attack on trans people using hatred of Keffals as a Trojan horse. Mutahar knows what he's doing. There's no way. So Mutahar is getting simultaneously attacked by freaks like this for being transphobic, whilst I'm certain the fucking, you know, the other side are like,
okay, that's wonderful. Okay,
she, her, that's bad.
Off depressed people.
Oh my God. Like, they're not being transphobic enough, essentially. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it. But yes, I think that is it. That is literally the only thing I've seen that isn't just like kind of nitpicking or little bits here and there. That is like of any substance. I guess okay. There's one more thing. One more thing I can point to, which I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on, chat. So we got TERFs aren't women. Another great way to bring them round is to claim they're not women. Excellent. And they say incredible journalistic integrity. So they've got obviously the video, and now they've got this, which is the person, Win, who was mentioned. Don't like Mutahar, low-key implying Keffals groomed me. Holy heck, he didn't even reach out to you. Nah. Why? What possible reason is there to reach out? I don't think it is true to say he implied grooming. He called it inappropriate behavior, right? I don't really think he even said the word in any way to make it. He just said it was very inappropriate, which I think is a fair comment. He's not a journalist. He doesn't have to adhere to whatever journalistic standards you've decided he needs to diminish the video. Like, clutching at straws. This is utterly clutching at straws. And the portion that was mentioned of this person was part of a broader thing too, pointing out just inappropriate communication with minors, right? That's it. That's all that Mutahar was trying to do. Crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. So I'll keep an eye out. I'm interested to see what other people have got to say. I think maybe tomorrow we can do Denim's response and other people, see what they've got to say. See if there's any actual interesting, because, you know, I'm very open-minded. If there's someone that can go, Mutahar got this wrong. Here's the substance of what he got wrong. Here's what he missed. Da-da-da-da-da. I'd be like, cool. I'm open to that, you know? Always open to that. But I just don't think that it's going to be much of substance unless they can just disprove like something's fake or something like that. But yeah, of course, I'm sure you guys know Some Ordinary Gamers already. Yeah. There we go. I'll link the video. They're way bigger than me, but I will link the video there. And let's go to the leaks. Let's begin a another segment. We're eating too good today. The Keffals orbiters can't respond. Yep. There's nothing left. What have you got? Thumbnail, 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 thumbnail. Or different interpretations of what's being said. Oh, actually, no, DIY HRT is okay. There's nothing. It's too fucked. Yes, I want to see people defending it with the most insane arguments, please. Okay, guys, you've been very generous as always today. Just insert generic shill segment here, okay? You know what I'm going to say. Like the video, subscribe to the video, super chat the video, subs, bits, on all platforms, so on and so on and so on, okay? But yeah, this is pretty fucking damning.